Yo, it's really good, man. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. Let's get into this. So, I caught the 10 Toes Down video speaking about Larry Davis, Blue Boy, speaking about Gully TV's perspective on the whole Blue Boy Larry Davis situation. And let me tell you, he kept it so real. It's crazy. And I applaud him for that. And I want to say thank you for that, because he cleared up a lot of misconceptions, a lot of bullshit that's been being spewed around, and I respect him for that. So let's get into some of the things he said. First and foremost, let's talk about the Blue Boy and Larry Davis situation. See, 10 Toes Down did 21 years, he says, and he was actually in jail with Larry Davis, and he pretty much said what everybody knows, that it's politics. It just is what it is. When you're in jail and you have problems with people and you step into somebody's business, people get killed, people get hurt. It's just the way it is. It doesn't have to do with black and Spanish and white and Spanish and none of this other shit. It just had simply to do with Blue Boy getting at Larry Davis because Larry Davis stuck his nose in business that wasn't his own. Now, here's another thing that he said about the whole situation. And he was locked up in the 80s. He said that before they were Latin Kings, before they were Nietas, that the black people were oppressing the Hispanics. And that is what made the Hispanics band together and make Latin Kings and make Nietas and form a group to protect each other. But just like in life, the oppressed became the oppressors, and once they gained the power of numbers and unity, they chose to oppress the black people, which led to the black people forming the UBN, aka the Bloods, and taking back power. So there goes that part of the story too, that nobody wants to tell about except for 10 Toes Down, and I respect him for that, because it's an unpopular opinion that people would not fucking admit. You never hear that side of the story. But like I said, I applaud 10 Toes Down for coming out and saying what very few will acknowledge. Gully TV, you're not from New York, and that's okay. New York City, and not everybody has it. Just to, what I will say is, I don't think that you should speak on New York City or things that happen in New York City like you know everything that really went on when you're not even from there, and you're just getting second and third hand knowledge. You're not from the town, and that's okay. Like I said, you can have an opinion. I'm never gonna tell nobody to not have an opinion, because that's impossible. Everybody has an opinion, right, wrong, and different. But for you to sit there and act like this man Larry Davis is to be admired, and to compare him to some of the biggest revolutionaries that have been in the black community, and in all these spectrums of life, like, for you to compare him to that is ignorant and stupid. First of all, let me say this: everybody wants to turn a blind eye, it seems, to the fact that Larry Davis was working with the police. And everybody wants to say, oh, well, but how long? What the fuck does it matter how long? A snitch is a snitch. A dude that's working with the cops knowingly. See, Rick Ross's story is different, because he was getting work from the feds and the CIA, but he didn't know he was getting it from the feds and the CIA. He was getting it from somebody who turned out to be working for the CIA. He didn't know that. So I don't fault him for that part of whatever his story is. But Larry Davis knowingly was working with the police. And it's not like the first time they gave him his fucking work, he took off on them. No, he was working with them for quite some time, and then he got tired of it and just went on his own and said, fuck y'all, I'm not doing it no more. But he spent a period of time extorting people for the police, selling drugs for the police, etc., etc. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. He's a fucking snitch. He's no good. He's no good. So let's get that out the way. Another thing is, 10 Toes Down was in jail with Larry Davis. So he knows Larry Davis on a personal level. he knows him. And he didn't get into too much detail about it because, like he said, the man is dead and he's not here to defend himself or tell his side of the story. So he didn't want to get into too many intricate details on who Larry Davis was or what he was about. But what he did say was Larry Davis was not who everybody thinks he was. He wasn't a rah-rah, you know, keep it gangster type dude or not. He was a quiet dude. He was trying to do his time on his Muslim shit. He was just doing his thing. Bidding. That's one thing that you don't end up, if you've never been to jail, then you don't understand. Everybody assumes that everybody in jail is on go mode and trying to kill and stab and cut everybody. No. You got dudes that do their bids differently. You got dudes that work out all the fucking time. They don't want to do nothing but work out and eat. You got dudes that are really strong on their religion and they don't give a fuck about nothing but their prayers, staying on their deen, whatever the case may be. You got dudes that are fucking gambling all the time. They're playing poker, they're betting on any fucking thing that they can, and that's how they do their biz. And then you got ignorant niggas that want to be out there just fucking making time harder for everybody else, including themselves, and fighting and cutting and carrying on. And that's how many people do their bids. This just is what it is. And Larry Davis was one of the dudes that just was trying to get by, doing his religious shit, and just staying out the way. But he chose the wrong time to get in the way. Because there's serious dudes up there, like Blue Boy, like many other dudes that are not for all the games. And one thing that you always have to remember is, when you're in jail, nothing impresses nobody. You killed somebody, so what? Damn near everybody on the fucking tier killed somebody. So you're not special and you're not exclusive, and it doesn't really matter what you fucking are doing or what you've done, because you're not special. You're not the only killer in that jail. Larry Davis was in some of the most notorious supermaxes in the state of New York City, where they have some of the biggest serial killers in the whole city. So his story was not that impressive to, yeah, people are going to give him props and say, damn, he shot it out with the cops. He did what he did. But at the end of the day, nobody don't give a fuck about what you did out there. It's what you're doing in here. Because there's a lot of dudes that kill people in the street and then they go behind that wall and they be dead pussy. They don't want no problems. They don't want to be, they was super blood and super crip in the street. And when they get into jail, they don't want no type of action. They throw a kufi on their head as soon as they hit the corridor. Niggas don't be fucking around. They throw a kufi on their head and grab a Quran quick as hell. 10 toes down, thank you. Thank you for being official. Thank you for not falling into this bum-ass race baiting shit that this Bozo Gully TV and fucking a couple of other dudes like Scheme Fiend and all these other dudes are trying to portray. It was nothing. It had nothing to do with race, everything to do with respect, everything to do with jail politics and the way that shit works in jail. When you get in the way of the knife, you get stabbed. That's just the way it is. Mind your business, you'll live longer. Like I said in the other video, that is rule 1, 2, and 3. Mind your motherfucking business. If it don't got nothing to do with you, stay the fuck out of it. Because all that's going to wind up happening is you going to catch a bad one. Or you're going to have to do something to somebody and kill somebody yourself. Anyway, like I said, man, much love and respect to 10 Toes Down, man. It's a great video. You should go check it out. And y'all be good out there, my people. Till the next time. Peace.